Alright guys, welcome back to A Farm for a Dog. Today we got a new project. Old barrel smoker, the ugly drum smoker. The first video we put out, we kind of teased this thing and talked about shooting a video with it, and today we're going to do that. Going to restore this thing. I haven't even opened the lid yet. I figured we'd do that live together to see what the inside looks like. But the basket's been on the outside for the past few years. It's kind of rusted out. We're going to give this thing a good bath and clean it up, and maybe even have time to start a fire today. But this is the ring that holds everything on, hold it together. Set that off. All right, we're gonna take the lid off, see what she looks like on the inside. Oh man, like nothing ever happened. Did you look at that? Grill grate still in great condition. Just this little scrub. The inside is really what is surprising to me, because we had it covered in the garage, or the lid covered. A little rust there, but I thought I had closed all the ball valves, but this one was actually left open. The other one was closed, so I closed that off. But I think what we're going to do is wash the outside of it. I might take a little scrub brush and scrub the inside. Definitely this little grate we made, I'm going to have to do some TLC to it. It's got a little rust, but it's still sound. It's not rusted through yet. But the outside, you can see it's pretty rusted. But it's not bad. It just needs a little wash, a little scrub, maybe a fresh coat of paint. But now that I'm dusting it, now that I'm looking at it, I'm liking the rusted look to this. It gives it kind of character. So we might have to find some high temperature clear coat, put a clear coat on this thing after we get done cleaning it up. But we're going to set up the pressure washer and give this thing a little bath, and we'll bring it back. All right, guys, welcome back. And we got it all pressure washed off, and we used some all-purpose cleaner. You could use an all-purpose cleaner, or you could use your favorite dish soap. But just as long as it's got some grease fighting power, that really does help when it comes to getting everything knocked off, especially all the old grime. We built this smoker about 5 years ago, and then we used it really good for about 2 years, and then the past 3 years it's been sitting in the garage, as you saw in the first video. But we got it all cleaned up. We built this by hand. I bought the barrel. It's a food grade safe barrel. We burned it out to get all the paint off the outside and the inside to make it safe to eat out of, especially for fires. The piping right here is that black iron piping, 3/4. Of course, we got 2 3/4 ball valves to control our airflow. So if you look, that would be wide open right there, and then I can adjust it. That would be like half closed, and of course all the way closed. It's just got a 90-degree fitting down there. It's attached on the inside. And the lid, I was thinking the lid had holes made for the stack, but I forgot I drilled a 2-inch hole for the stack. I think this was probably the most expensive thing we invested into this ugly drum smoker, and this was probably 20 bucks. And got it off Amazon, but we had to drill the 2-inch hole for it. It's a 2-inch stack. You can see through it down there. Then we just got some old horseshoes and welded them together to make this handle. We like that feature. It's a little rusted now. Looked good back when we first got it, but the cool thing about these horseshoes is they were used horseshoes, so you can still see the nails that are stuck that would have been in the horse. Pretty neat. Then of course we got the grate for the cooking, but here's the grate for the bottom. We made that out of that expanded wire you can buy. I bought 2 sheets and just put them together with these bolt and nuts, and then bought, of course, a Weber fire grate. That way it can hold up to the high temperatures, and just had some big old nuts and bolts laying around the garage, and I mean that's all we used for the base to keep it up off the floor. And that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, you could build one of these fairly cheap. Like I said, the most expensive thing is probably the stack, and that's just because I thought it was pretty neat. I didn't want to make my own. I probably could have made one. And then this cooking thermometer, it was probably $5 to $10 off Amazon. But everything else is nuts, bolts, ball valves, black iron piping, some U-bolts. And it went together pretty easy. We enjoyed putting it together. We're actually talking about getting another barrel. We know a guy that's got one. And buying another barrel, maybe making a video on putting not one just like this together, but maybe doing kind of a, this would be the budget build, maybe doing something opposite of that, doing a kind of more expensive build, but making it look really cool and custom. But we're gonna let this thing dry out. I'm gonna start a fire in the old charcoal chimney, and we're gonna get some cooking spray in a bottle and grease this thing all the way down on the inside, and get the basket greased and the cooking grate greased, and get it re-seasoned. Maybe we can start using this thing again pretty soon. That's it. That was really the only rusty spot on the inside. I hit it with some, I think it was 120 or 180 sandpaper. Just scuffed it up a little bit, wiped it with a rag. That's it on the inside. And we got to talking. I think the last thing we cooked in this barrel smoker was a Boston butt. So it still had a lot of that grease from that cooking there. And I think that's what really helped the inside from getting as rusted out as the outside. But also we had it kept inside the garage, and it wasn't allowed to get water on the inside. But also, one of the things I forgot to show you guys was this. It came with a locking lid because it's a food safe excuse me, drum. So this little green ring we painted, I like the two-tone colors. It's just what I like to do with it, the red and the green, how they contrast. But anyway, this locking lid, I don't really think it does anything, just for looks. I mean, it keeps the lid on when we're cooking, and it might seal it a little better where all the smoke just comes out of the stack. But the stack's so big, none of the smoke's gonna leak out of the sides anyway. But anyway, when we're cooking with it on long cooks, I usually put this on there, but it just pops out through there and then comes out just like that. And then you can, when you're cooking something, pop the lid off and you go like that. But we're about to get a fire started in the chimney, so y'all stick around. We'll bring you back in shortly. Just like that, we got it set up on some blocks. We never did buy any casters for it to raise it off the ground, but it's off the ground on some concrete blocks. We got our charcoal basket about half full. You can see we made a little well right here, so that way when we get the charcoal in the fire chimney lit, just pour it right in there. And then we got our fire chimney over here. Got it probably maybe half full, a little more. I wanted to run the barrel a little hot to get it seasoned, but up under the chimney we just got 2 little wax cubes. Use whatever you like to start your fires. And then I always like to have something for the chimney to sit up off the ground, that way it's not on the ground. So I got an old little portable kettle grill. Got the little wax cubes going. Gonna set this on there, and we'll bring you guys back when it's ready to dump into the pit. Alright guys, we're almost ready to dump the ashes in. They're almost completely ashed over white. Once those black charcoals completely become ashed over white, we'll put them in the basket. And I just got a food safe spray bottle with some grapeseed oil in it. I probably sprayed a little bit. Go ahead and coat the inside of this thing with that grapeseed oil, especially in those rusted spots. We're going to get this thing seasoned up, and that oil is going to burn into it quite nicely. And I got a couple of pieces of cherry wood that we had left over from previous cook. We're going to throw that in there to add a little smoke flavor to it. So we'll bring you back in shortly. Welcome back, everybody. We've let this pit run for about the past 2 hours. In the first 15 minutes, this thing was rocking steady, close to 300 degrees, and then it dipped down to about 280. And within the last 15 to 30 minutes, it's kind of shot back up towards 300, but settled back down to the 280, and that's kind of where we wanted it. I had the thermometer set here for the highest point, 325, but as you can see on the digital thermometer, we're rocking right around 280, which is great for seasoning. And then here on our thermometer down here, we can see it's about 5 degrees colder, but there's also a 6-inch difference between this thermometer and where the actual grate is. So we're going to pop it open and take a look on the inside. We've oiled the top up here, the stack. We've oiled the handle, got it all looking new and spiffy. We got the little cover back on. Ain't no smoke been leaking out. We're gonna pop it open. This is the first time we've opened it since we've started seasoning it. Got it going good. Let's see what the inside looks like. Oh yeah, we have still got plenty of charcoal down there. Let's see if I can get this grate out the way. Make sure you use some gloves that are heat resistant. We have got plenty of charcoal down in there to keep rocking. Looks good. There's one little piece of smoked wood that hasn't caught yet. Might go ahead and actually move him on over. And that way we can get him burning in there. So that charcoal around. We're gonna let this thing run probably another hour. Let it get seasoned real good. We used, like I said earlier, we used grapeseed oil. So got it seasoned pretty nice. It's a good high burning temp oil. I got the digital thermometer just right above the thermometer that we have installed in the pit, just to keep an eye on, make sure everything is still accurate. Both ball valves are wide open, stack's wide open. If we wanted to run it at cooler temperatures, all I'd have to do is just choke off the air from the ball valves and the stack. But we're gonna let this thing continue to burn out. That'll probably be it for this episode, letting you guys see this pit and get it going. And what I really like about these pits, and I kind of forgot, how clean they burn. I mean, if you see the smoke coming out, you want that nice kind of bluish color, clear smoke. Well, before I disturbed it, there's actually a lot clearer than that. I don't know if I stick my hand if you can see it, but it was nice and clear. Had a really no color to it, but I started around and got it going. But maybe pretty soon we'll cook some from farm to table cook with those chickens out there. But please like and subscribe. Let us know what you guys think about this video, and we'll see you in the next one.